Hey there, this is Kevin Hicks with EarthWorks with another 2-minute turf talk. This one comes to you out of a podcast that I did with Lew Sharp with T-2-Green Corporation, one of the companies that provides us with a lot of our bentgrass in the golf course industry. I asked him about sod nurseries and how many golf courses he works with have one. Surprisingly, it was less than 10% of them, but he offered this tip for all of you that I thought was brilliant. A small 9-hole golf course in Indiana had implemented it with tremendous results on a very low investment, and I thought it was worthwhile enough to pull it out and do a 2-minute turf talk on it. So hopefully you find value in this, and thanks again for listening, and we'll talk soon.
The other one, you may not think about this one, but this is one of my favorite things to do for guys that interseed
Uh-huh.
is you got your normal interseeding, and I want guys to interseed at least 3 times a year at very light rates.
Okay.
Well, if you go out every day and you cut a cup out of your greens, out of your nursery rather, put it in the back of your cart for the next day. When you go out, put a new plug in. Well, if you take a 4-inch plug and you multiply that by how many days a week you cut plugs,
Times 18.
yep, times 8, and then how fast that spreads on a green
Especially in your cuppable locations,
in
right?
your cuppable location.
Yeah.
But say that you've already got something in that zone or in that area, you just look for a bad spot, put it in there,
Right.
and it'll grow between 10 to 16 inches in a year.
Well,
I've got it's in my PowerPoints when I give talks on
there's our
the
nugget for the day. That's awesome, Lou. I love that.
yeah. Well, think it. I mean, it's in the
Yeah.
hundreds of inches a year that you
Yeah.
gain just by doing plugs alone.
If you have a nursery.
If you got to have that nursery though.
If you have a nursery, yeah.
Yeah.
That's I never thought of that. And you're only addressing the cuppable locations, which is where you want the conversion anyway.
Yeah. Well, where that came from was I was working with a club here in Indiana that it's literally 3 guys if all of them show up for work,
Right.
but they did have a nursery.
Uh-huh.
So the greenskeeper would go out and he would cut, I said, just cut, it's a 9-hole course. So I said, cut 9-hole, 9 cups the night before, throw a wet towel over the top. And then when you go out the next day, he's been doing it. And we're on our 6th year of working like that. And he started off at probably 40% bent in the greens and he's at 80 to 90%.
Oh, wow. That's
And
awesome.
I had several supers come over and evaluate it to show them what we were doing, and they all agreed on where we started and where we're at now.
Very cool. Very cool. All right.
And you can do it with no money. I mean, very little money.
Exactly. That's a great take home today.